Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold, so I do apologize for the voice being a little bit different and cracky. But I want to announce on the channel for sure, maybe a little bit late, maybe by a couple of hours, but I'm going to start doing a video on Deer Hunter 2005 on Wednesdays, a Way of the Hunter video every Sunday. So there should be 2 videos a week coming out to you fine folks out there. Yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy the upcoming future content that I'm bringing to this channel. Now that's everything as of now. If anything changes, I will be sure to let y'all know. But as for today, and as y'all can see from the title of your screen, we're going to be heading into the rut in Illinois. But obviously, I ain't did any scouting or nothing, so we're going to do that together now. I'm not really sure how the scouting works, but my main focus is finding an area that I want to make a setup in and whatnot for the rut. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into our location. Hopefully the microphone's not too loud. I have it right up against me because I do have company today, so voices and stuff could be picked up, so I just have it right here. But anyway, we'll go into scouting mode. We got ourselves a map. If I hit reset, I'm not sure what that does. Remove all scout items from this map. Now that's pretty cool. I guess I can leave stuff in the map. We will remove. Let's go to our gear. We won't need any firearms or anything for this, so let's just remove everything that doesn't have to do with scouting. Okay, that doesn't matter to us. Don't care. And that's pretty much what we're going to be bringing. Just stuff to scout with. Let's go back to the location, make sure we're at the right location. We are in Illinois. We are in scouting mode. Let's go scout. So it is in the morning. A lot of these deer would probably just be coming back from feeding. It looks like we got some fields here. Got a nice creek bottom. Some big fields back in here too, though. Maybe some bridge crossings. I'm going to say I kind of want to work my way from this end up this way and back down this way. And just kind of zigzag. And just kind of figure out where we want to be. We have 3 mock scrapes with us. We'll definitely be using some of those. Scout feeder, scouting tree stand, scouting blind. So pretty much I didn't need all of that stuff. We got a thermal. I probably ain't going to be using that though, folks. Last year when I did this, I ended up killing a really good buck. I had an opportunity at another good one, even bigger, and messed up, but this is going to be a 5-day trip, so we're going to try to get what we can within 5 days. But we will say, this could be a nice little area that a buck could be using this little area up top to make scrapes and whatnot. So let's put us some mock scrape up here. Let's put us a scouting feeder up right by the mock scrape. Said I just kind of want to cover a lot of ground. It's my main focus. Oh, there went a deer right there. That's going, y'all. Look like a pretty big mature doe, though. I will have some doe tags. I'll decide if I want to use them. Probably won't use them until a few days into the hunt, but I wouldn't particularly look at it in the morning. I see a really good buck. Okay, a big doe. Okay, some more deer. So it looks like a lot of deer are actually using the soybean field quite a bit. So I'll keep that in mind most definitely. I mean, as of right now, we got a spot back in here in this little bottom. 2 spots actually, and a feeder, so eventually after a while I'm going to end up swooping around by all of them and taking a look and seeing what we see. But we're just kind of speed scouting today. We're on a short schedule here, so can't spend a lot of time scouting. This is going to be just a real quick come and go weekend of hunting. Looks like we got another big doe right here in the fence line. It's a lot of does right here. That's a really good sign. Alright, y'all, we just jumped a bunch more deer. Whole bunch of does. Right here in this natural funnel, we got rolling hills. Not very thick, but a lot of rolling hills. A big field up on top of us here. and it seemed to be a bunch of does just lined up right here in this little valley, and they all kind of ran out of here. But oh yeah, we got a buck right here. Oh no, it's a doe. I just seen eating berries. That's pretty cool. I thought I seen a rack on it, but apparently it was just a big doe. Alright, y'all, we are in the finger that I ended up killing that big buck in last season. It was just a bunch of natural food sourcing coming off a ridge. There's a buck right there. A giant buck, y'all. 113 yards out. That's a shooter. Big drop tine on his left side. That's definitely one that I'd take. It's making him a scrape. Well, y'all, our scout mission turned out to be okay. We ended up getting eyes on one big shooter. Had a great big drop tine. I'm not sure how much in the video I'd add. I'd seen a pile of does and all that. But I think to start the hunt off for the very first day, we're going to end up taking us a climber. Got to get my compound out. We'll be taking my compound. Call it the old pin thumper. And then we take our lures. We need scent stomper. We will be dealing with wind. We're going to take some horns with us. I'm really not worried about that right now or that. We will take some doe estrus, a doe in heat, and the grunt call is really only good to get the buck to stop, and sometimes it draws him in, but mostly just to get him to stop walking long enough for me to get my bow and shoot. We will take the grunt call. But that's pretty much everything that we're going to be taking to our spot. With that being said, I'll see you all on our very first sit of the rut. Alright, y'all, as you can see right there, we got a mock scrape. That's 30 yards even. My bow's sighted in at 33. So let's set on into the blind. Take a couple practice draws, make sure all my angles are good. We got a field out here, and we actually ended up setting up right where I was telling y'all that I might make a setup. Unfortunately, I do not have a map with me, but I'll kind of just leave the beginning of that. I'll pull a picture up actually. Yeah, we're in that top left corner. Yeah. Anyway, it's 6:05 in the morning. Hopefully these bucks will be on their feet. Here about 6:30, 7 o'clock, I'll start putting out some calls, and we'll see if we can't get something to work its way in. Y'all stay tuned. Alright, y'all, it's currently 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to throw out my first couple rattles of the morning here. Hopefully we can get the attention of one of these bucks that's in these thickets. had one coming from behind me, y'all. It got downwind. I think I just seen it. Might potentially be going across the field. I never actually got to see it. I just thought I seen it run just now, but I heard it in the brush behind me. Took off running, coming from behind me downwind. I didn't expect them to come that way. That's the reason why I set up right here. I didn't expect nothing to come from behind me. If anything, up here. Alright, y'all, it's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to put out my second series of calls. And then I'm going to start calling about every half an hour. I'm going to hit these horns. And just hopefully bring something in. I ain't seen or heard anything since that deer ran from behind me. But hopefully we can get one that's off in the distance somewhere to come in. I think with the big storm fronts coming in tomorrow, these deer are just bedding down this morning. They're not wanting to move a lot. I think this evening they'll get up and feed just due to the fact that that big storm is going to be hitting tonight. These deer should be up on their feet moving a lot better this evening, and I'm definitely going to be in a different location. Thinking about going back to the area where I seen that big buck, kind of getting more in where he was coming from back in the summer when I was in here scouting. Well, y'all, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. No more deer movement. This spot just ain't it. I could stay here for about another 2 hours, but I don't think it's worth it. There ain't even no does moving through the area. Compared to last season, I was in a perfect spot. I mean, I bet there was 20 deer that come by me when I shot that big one. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop out of this spot and go get some lunch and figure out where to go in for the evening hunt. I kind of want to get positioned where I seen that big buck last time. I'm pretty sure he was on the same side of the creek that I'm on, or the river, whatever you want to call it. But I'm wanting to say he was way on out the ridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down out of here and kind of walk around this ridge and see if I can find a good spot to put my stand up. And we'll jump back in it for the evening hunt. Well, y'all, I'm currently sitting in the truck. This morning we ended up setting right up in here. And like I said, we had one deer which ended up coming from this corner up in here somewhere, or potentially back this way. I'm going to say she come up off this creek bottom. We got this storm front coming in very hard tonight. As y'all can see, it's already raining, so I'm going to wear my raincoat and whatnot. But I'm kind of thinking about setting on this creek line. I'm hoping to catch cruising bucks that are watching does leave these feed, the fields and whatnot, and all these fields from feeding. Hoping to catch them cruising these river lines. And yeah, hopefully we can get one to come in the range and I can put an arrow in it. Alrighty, y'all, we're in here for the evening hunt. I ended up getting some lunch. Got this big storm front coming in tonight. It's going to be raining heavy in the morning. So hopefully that really doesn't mess up the deer movement. But as y'all can see, we set up there this morning. And then tonight I decided to follow that creek line down. I got a feeling some of these bucks are following this creek line down, using it as like a travel corridor. I kind of wanted to get set up on the creek, But then I thought, you know what? Let's get set up on the nearest thicket to this side as possible. We got fields back down in this area. The closest field being right there. So hopefully, as the evening progresses and these deer start leaving this bedding area to go to feeding and all that, we'll be able to catch them coming through these thickets and potentially get a shot at an absolute giant. So with that being said, I'm going to kick back, get sprayed down, and hopefully we get one to come right down through here through my shooting lane. Just had a real good buck come in and get downwind of us. Come right down this thicket. Couldn't exactly tell exactly how big he was, but he looked nice, and I just now rattled. It's just now 3:18, and he straight came up the draw, man, but the wind switched. It been blowing this way. Now it's blowing pretty much south. It was going southeast. Son of a gun. Come on, come on, y'all. Son of a... Man, I tell you all what. I don't know about this tree stand hunting. I don't understand how these deer are seeing me. That one seen me. Came within 15, 20 yards. Are you kidding me, man? Looks like the rain's starting to pick up, y'all. I think we got about an hour left of daylight. Multiple deer come through here, multiple. But I think this tree stand is a no-go. I think this is the last time I'll be using a tree stand. I'm going to switch over to a blind tomorrow. These deer see me in it very, very easily. Now the two that come behind me came in close enough for me to kill, which was at least a doe. I didn't get to see what the other one was, but a doe for sure. But I'm going to set this last hour out of daylight, and then I'll let y'all know if I see anything. And if not, I'll catch y'all first thing in the morning. And that was it, y'all. Ended up sitting there for till the edge of dark. No luck. So now we're back at camp. I need to get me a ground blind. I cannot be hunting out of that tree stand anymore. That's for sure. I could go with a tripod, but this ground blind is like, I just feel it's the best choice. Alrighty, y'all. Finally got set up in here. I ended up going clear back here on the east side and set for a second. I thought, man, it's so open. I said, I need to get more into the thickets. So I ended up coming up into here. It's not very thick right here, but you can see it's starting to get thick. We got some natural food source right here. We got great big soybean fields up on top right here. So a lot of these deer will be leaving them and coming working their way. Now, the green flashing dot is where I was originally set, so I just kind of come on around the finger and got set up right in the middle of that point where that yellow one is. That's me currently. But I mean, it is super heavy on rain right now, storming. It's supposed to be like this all day is what the weatherman's saying, so we'll try to make the most of it. We're going to hunt this side for this morning's hunt, and then we might go try the soybean field this evening, and might be able to fill one of our doe tags if anything. We got a deer. A small cowhorn spike, but I do have an extra buck tag for that. Oh, they want the smaller bucks like this shot off the land, as y'all can see. We got one doe tag and two, but it's just funny because it's just for a spike. So if he comes in close enough, y'all, we're gonna send our very first arrow of the trip. 33 yards. He's in range. I just need him to turn broadside. Oh no. Stop him on the tree. Dropped him. I must have absolutely punched that thing right in the heart. That's it. That's our second Illinois buck tag filled. Can't be shooting no more for the rest of the trip. Besides, I still have a doe tag. I can use it. I just never dreamed I'd get a shot at a spike. Alright, y'all, I just now caught some movement way out here. I gotta find it again. Looks like it stopped behind some trees. Okay, some big does. One's actually coming in right now. Big mature doe too. Should I send my arrow in her? 78 yards. Let's spray down. I actually might send an arrow in this doe. 102 yards out. I don't know, y'all. She's got a little one with her. Honestly, I kind of want to hit the soybean field tonight. And right around the area where we ended up scouting and seeing that big buck. Because that's the only place I haven't hunted yet. Is where we ended up getting eyes on that giant buck. So tonight, I kind of want to get up in the soybean field. And hopefully, that one there ended up getting our wind, I'm pretty sure. Made her nervous. She got her tail in the air now. But that's fine because we're going to end up wrapping it up this morning. Let's go take a look at our buck. Ended up hitting him pretty far back, but the way his ankle, it went up into the lungs. 227 pound spike. It had a 0 score, so technically he counted as a doe. I mean, he couldn't score him. His horns was too little. So that pretty much punched. I guess you could argue my doe tag, but it still wouldn't count because it's not an official doe. So I tell y'all what, we still have 2 buck tags and we got a doe tag. Alrighty, y'all. We just now got back up into the stand here. We're in a tripod. I can spin 360, so that's pretty cool. And I kind of got set up in these big old trees out here. Now, right out north, down over that ridge is where we ended up getting eyes on that big buck. But I figure for this evening, we're just going to use this as a scouting mission to see if maybe he is using these soybean fields in the evening. And we'll try to get set up accordingly. But if we don't lay eyes on him, then tomorrow, with the last 2 days, I'm going to hunt very, very hard. I'm going to get right in the mix of all of it. Right in the thickets, and just stay in the thickets the last 2 days. And potentially we will stick it out all day on the last 2 days of the season. You know what I mean? To even up our chances more of punching a tag. So anyway, I'm just going to kick back. We're going to set in the soybean field. Hopefully we get some deer action for y'all real soon. Alright, y'all, we look like we got our first deer coming into the field out here. Long ways off. So far, it's the first deer I've seen. Pretty decent buck. Biggest buck we've seen so far on the trip. Shooter, no. I'm going to let him go. But it's nice to at least see a freaking buck finally. We have hunted hard, but we finally ended up laying eyes on it. It looks like he's going to go back down yonder. Could play a little. Oh, y'all, we just had a buck sneak in. He's even smaller than the one. I mean, a big body, great big body, but he's smaller than the one that was trying to circle downwind of us. I think I finally found an area that's got a lot of buck activity. Just still ain't seen the buck that we're in here after. Oh, we got a deer running across the field here. Trying to get my spotting scope out. Seems to be a pretty decent mature doe. I'm not sure if it's a size doe that I would take. I need to get her a little closer to just see, but I don't think she'll come into this doe bleat. Looks like we got a buck coming behind her. That will explain why she was running. 2 deer. There's a doe I'd shoot. Seems like all these deer are using this tree line heavy. Very heavy. I mean, I'll definitely keep that in mind. So far we've seen 2 bucks use that tree line and a couple of does. So on the last day's hunt, if this thicket ain't working out, we'll make our final setup right there in that tree line. Well, ended up setting the rest of the evening out. Never seen any more deer movement. But with this cold front coming in, the weather's going to be changing. I think these deer will finally be up on their feet, and I will be a lot closer to this buck than I've ever been since I've started hunting this 5 days. So I do believe tomorrow we're going to have the best chance of either getting him or even a bigger buck. So with that being said, catch you all first thing in the morning in our spot.